I'm Bev, and I've written a book. Are you fat making or calorie burning? And it's not out till the late 2020. So I'm doing a series of videos based on information from that book. So today I want to examine weight training as a piece of the exercise puzzle. And I want to discuss it in terms of fat loss, calorie burning, and how that works biochemically. Now, if you like these videos, please hit the like button, do subscribe, and then you'll be able to learn more in future videos. Okay, so you need a good understanding of your biochemical pathways in order to move from fat making to calorie burning, or from fat making to fat burning. I mean, whenever or however you exercise, your body is forced to work a lot harder. And what it's trying to do is to keep its blood oxygen levels up. And I'm not talking about your rate of breathing. I'm talking about oxygen in your blood. And you need oxygen to access energy. So how can weight training improve your blood oxygen levels? And you've heard me say in another video that when you're doing exclusively cardio, it's not the most efficient way to lose body fat or to change your body fat percentage. So how is this better in weight training? That's the question. And I'm not talking about using 2 to 5 pound weights in a group class. I'm talking about progressively challenging your muscles, exhausting them, making them fatigued. So you may start with 5 pounds on some exercise, and when it's easy, then you move to 7.5. And when that's too easy, you move to 10, and then you move to 12.5, and then you move to 15. So you have to progressively increase the weights. And that's the kind of weight training that I'm talking about for the benefits of fat loss. So when you weight train in this way, you have to replenish depleted energy stores. You have to repair damaged muscle tissues and fibers, and that kind of sounds a bit scary. But when you exercise progressively, you make microscopic tears in your muscles, and your body has to repair these. It's a type of inflammation that your body is used to. It has biochemical pathways to go through to fix it. When in our old days and our ancestors ran after their prey, do you think they didn't tear muscles, fibers in their legs? Of course they did, and their body learned how to deal with it. So it sounds scary, but it's quite natural. So it does all of this, as I said, with biochemical adaptations. And what are these, and how do they help fat loss? Now, my husband said, "Oh, you're not going to do a video on that. I mean, it's too complex. People don't care. They're going to get bored, blah, blah." And if that's you, okay, don't watch. Turn me off. But if you really want to understand how weight training will affect your overall weight and your overall body fat, then really you should listen. It's just 10 minutes or so to understand how that works and why it's beneficial to that kind of weight loss. So yeah, it's complex, and I'm going to make it as simple as I can. So let's get started. The first thing is blood capillaries. And all of these things are increased through weight training. So blood capillaries are the smallest parts of your cell, and their main job is to move blood oxygen to your muscle tissues, which is good. If you're working your muscles with progressive weight training, you want oxygen because you need oxygen to burn calories, or to access actually energy in your body. Now, mitochondria are often called the powerhouses of cells, and they deal with cellular respiration. And their main job is they move nutrients into energy. And in fact, the more mitochondria you have, which you get from weight training, then the better your body ability is to create that energy that it needs. And the energy is also increases your muscles' ability to oxidize fatty acids, which are called triglycerides. So you need oxygen to oxidize fatty acids, that is to break them up, to release them. Now, and this is good because you want to use fatty acids instead of glycogen, which is a stored glucose from carbohydrates. So if you want to lose body fat, this is better. Now, lipase is an enzyme, and it is a catalyst. Enzymes are catalysts, and they want to speed up chemical reactions, but they're very highly specialized. And this guy loves to break up fat. So he loves to break up body fat. Now, if you watched an earlier video, you might remember that I said cortisol, you know, if you're sleep deprived or you've got a lot of stress, you get a lot of cortisol in your body. Cortisol, I had an analogy, he was driving a bus around the body and picking up people for empty seats. So one of the stops had a whack of enzymes and he didn't pick them all up. And this would be an example of an enzyme that he would never give a seat on the bus to, because lipase wants to break up fat and cortisol loves to retain fat. Cortisol wants to put the fat at the waistline. He doesn't want to get rid of fat. He wants to keep fat. So cortisol does not like lipase. I like lipase, and you should like lipase. The next thing is the human growth hormone. And human growth hormones, well, any hormone is a regulatory substance, and they respond to perceived imbalances in your body. So when you exercise and when you weight train, you are going to break down muscle tissue, right? And the human growth hormone is actually a metabolic hormone which deals with metabolism, which means it's going to be dealing with calories in some way. Metabolic hormones, some of them will make you fat and some of them will take away fat. So this particular one is calorie-burning. It's a growth hormone. It's an anabolic growth metabolic hormone. It's not a signaling hormone. You don't feel it. So it's a weight controlling hormone, and it also frees up body fat. So, and in particular, of course, fatty acids. The other thing I wanted to say about the human growth hormone, you don't get that when you exclusively do cardio exercise. Because you're not breaking down muscle like you are in progressive weight training. And you will recall in an earlier video, I said you make human growth hormone when you're sleeping, not when you're sleep deprived, but when you're sleeping. And the only other time you make human growth hormone is through progressive weight training. So this is a good hormone. EPOC is an acronym for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Now, post-exercise, remember I said that weight training meant that when you left the gym, you were still burning calories in relation to that weight training that you did, and you're burning in terms of the intensity and duration of that progressive weight training. Not true with cardio. So, post-exercise, when you are breaking down your muscle with weight training, you are using a lot of blood oxygen. And when that happens, of course, that means you're depleting it, right? So this is an imbalance. And you've challenged your muscles and you need to build them up. So you need this oxygen and you're using it up from your blood. So what do you need? Well, of course, you need more energy. What does that mean? Well, you're going to be burning more calories. And in fact, here we go again, you're going to be using or breaking up fatty acids to do that. And you're going to make your metabolism more efficient. This of course, is a metabolic hormone, but this EPOC as well will increase the ability of your metabolism to use calories. And remember, metabolism is your body's engine. You want it to be burning calories. And this kind of thing, both of these can occur for 1, 2, and 3 days after you've left the gym, not with cardio. What happens here is you start exercising and you're using oxygen. And when you leave the gym, this imbalance, you've used your oxygen up, so you have to build that back up again. And that's when we get into this need of energy, calorie burning, using fatty acids, etc. It's a biochemical adaptation, and it changes your metabolism. You don't feel it. You never feel your metabolism. You don't know whether it's efficient or not. The only way that you know you're getting a better metabolism is over the long haul, you're going to be building muscle. That means you've made your metabolism more efficient. That's good. Now, another acronym, delayed onset muscle soreness. Are you going to feel that? Oh yes, you're going to feel that. Because you have worked on your muscle tissue and you've torn it a bit, well, your body, as I said, has to rebuild it. And if you've progressively attacked your muscles with weights, they're going to be sore in a couple of days. And that's really good, because that means that you're still burning calories, okay? You're still using energy to fix those muscle fiber tears. And also, I should mention, there are 3 things that get better when you lift weights, okay? One is for your muscles. You get better endurance. You get better strength. And you can get better power. Now, I don't tend to, guys will be after power. I tend to be after strength and endurance. And depending on how you exercise, you can stress one or more of these. So I can talk about that in another video. But when you do this, what happens is this lovely attribute, you get toned. And that means you want to get rid of this fat hanging here. This is how you do it. Progressive weight training. Muscle needs calories. You need to burn calories to maintain muscle. You need to improve your metabolism. It's all linked, right? So remember, let's talk about how this is all connected for fat burning. So you're progressively lifting weights, and you're moving a lot more, you're building blood capillaries, so you're moving a lot more oxygen to your muscle tissues. You're building up more powerhouses here, so you're getting the ability to really get a lot of energy and to oxidize fatty acids, break them up. When you add oxygen to fatty acids, you break them up into, you will have seen this in another video, you break them up into carbon dioxide and water. Simple. It's chemistry. I don't know if you listened to your chemistry teacher in high school, but anyway, that's what's happening there. And this enzyme breaks up fat. Lovely. The growth hormone is metabolic, so it breaks up fat and burns muscles. And then we've got this business going on after you leave the gym. Perfect. I love it. Weight training, love it. Now, I don't want you to think I'm against cardio. I'm just saying that you need oxygen to burn calories, and when you're weight training, It deprives your body of oxygen, and you need to burn a lot of calories to make up that deficit. And weight training, frankly, you don't have to worry about counting calories. I mean, I eat 1,600, 1,800 calories a day, and I don't get fat. I don't put on weight. I'm maintaining my weight. So maybe now you can better appreciate the significance of metabolism, calorie burning, and fat loss. So let's talk about this cardio issue, because I'm sure you're thinking that I don't like cardio. And I'm going to take this off for a second, because the last time I almost got this video finished and then I knocked everything over because I turned around and the wire was not long enough. So I'm just going to hang on to it. Okay, let's rub this off and let's talk about cardio and weight training compared. And frankly, I think they're both important. I never said cardio was not important. I just said it wasn't as good at fat loss or body fat percentage change. Okay, so if we have weight training and we have cardio as two types of exercise. So weight training obviously builds muscle, and you can see that it's related to breaking up fatty acids, right? This is good. Cardio also takes away fat, but unfortunately, depending on how long you do your cardio or how fit you are, eventually it will start eating your muscle to get at the glycogen, right? It can't get at the fatty acids anymore because you're no longer aerobic. You need oxygen, respiratory oxygen, to be aerobic in cardio. And when you're not, you're going to start, you keep on running, your body needs energy, so it's just going to dip into its muscles. And if you're really unfit, it's really going to dip into your muscles. And when you do progressive weight training, you're really going to build a lot of muscle. So let's think about this. When we talk about body percentages, right? So we have a muscle percentage, lean tissue, and body fat percentage. And generally, the more healthy you are, the more physically fit you are, what you want to do is you want to increase muscle percentage and you want to lower your body fat percentage. And you know, personal trainers are always measuring your body fat, right? And that's why it's related directly to your physical fitness. So let's look at these two. You want to increase muscle? Super, great, weight training. You want to lose fat? Yep, you could do that with both. But here we have a problem. If you go too long and you're unfit and you're not oxidative long enough, you're going to eat some muscle. So I'm not saying not to do cardio. I'm just saying to be very careful. And weight training certainly is not aerobic. It was never intended to be aerobic, and it isn't aerobic. It's anaerobic. Cardio, on the other hand, is it's not going to make you stronger, as weight training will do, and it's certainly not going to build muscle mass. So each of them give different benefits, and that's good. That's why I say you have to do a combination of them. They complement each other. And it's all a body tissue composition issue, right? When I do weight training, this is me, I know that I'm freeing up all these fatty acids. So I tend to do my weight training for 50 minutes or so, and then I run over and get on a cardio machine for 10 minutes, and then I use up all those fatty acids that I released when I was weight training. That's the way I handle it. Just a suggestion. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It is a complex process. You can Google any of this stuff and look up a lot of scientific papers on it, and it'll be a lot more thorough than what I've done. But anyway, we'll see you in the next video. I'm thinking maybe I'll do the next video on food. I'm kind of, want to do something a bit different. And I will at some point talk about how to weight train. Okay? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.